So I started a little bit of drama yesterday, even though I really didn't mean to. Sometimes I do mean to. Sometimes I do mean to. Yesterday, I didn't mean to. I tweeted this out, and all I said is, hear me out, Arc Raiders Server Slam was bad for the game. The general public played it and didn't get the full gameplay loop, like leveling, workshops, moving through more difficult regions, etc. I think the majority of the general public will step away because they don't understand the flow of the game. It's awesome. I can't wait till launch and we will see some real magic. This was me giving a compliment to the game, but being worried and speculative of what people thought of that playtest Server Slam at the same time. Well, a lot of people disagreed with me. A lot of people said the Server Slam was fantastic. And don't get me wrong, I think the gameplay of it was fantastic. But I just thought after seeing some comments, people were like, I wanted to play the game. I don't know. I was worried that it would push some people away. But I seemingly am wrong, because right now on Steam, it was in Canada. In Canada, it is the #1 selling game right now. Globally, it is sitting at number 5 right now. I saw it as high as number 3. Ninja Gaiden came out yesterday, so that's why that one's there. Jurassic Park Evolution came out today, so that's why that one is sitting there. This is a pre-order game. This game is going to go huge. It is. Like, it's officially the launch of this game. I don't want to say it could be Battlefield, but it might. I wouldn't be surprised to see 400,000 players on day one. I really, really wouldn't. Now, on the other side of things, I was sent, no, not that one. I was sent this. This is IGN's review of Arc Raiders. This took place, I didn't see this. I wish I saw this earlier. I didn't see this. Have a quick look at the like to dislike rating. That is the worst ratio I have ever seen, and I've seen Call of Duty trailers. The title is Arc Raiders is the most it's fine game we've played in a while. That is the last thing I would use to describe Arc Raiders. The game is beautiful. The audio might be the best audio I've ever heard in a video game. I'm not kidding when I say that. The gameplay loop, I think, is fantastic. That might be because it's an extraction shooter. Disagreed by some people, but I truly believe that. So I can't wait to hear this.
Arc Raiders is blisteringly, aggressively archetypical.
Okay. When you start a sentence, a conversation, a review with a word like archetypical, you're trying to sound a lot more intellectual than you really are. Like, what? Who are we talking to here? We're not talking to Congress. Like,
Extractionist extraction shooter that ever extracted. It's one of the least surprising games I've ever played, holding so much in common with its
the least surprising games. Have you got chased by that spider thing? Have you gotten into a fight with the spider thing while fighting other people and it's chasing you and you're just trying?
They're almost comically indistinguishable. For preview purposes, this is a very good thing. If you enjoy other games about scavenging goods while avoiding PvE foes and robbing PvP humans, you're probably going to like Arc Raiders. If you don't, then there's likely nothing new here to tempt you.
So IGN has an issue where they hire people to play game genres that they have no idea about. Either they don't like the genre, and I think that's what's going on here, or maybe they're just trying to start controversy because it gets views. That's possible.
It's a game so unabashedly tied to its progenitors that the hero's default melee weapon is a pickaxe. The same weapon.
Also, can we just say, if you've played the Server Slam, it is shocking how much better the game looks now. Holy crap.
Fortnite metaverse heroes dropping off of battle buses lug into combat. That's a cute enough homage, but it's only the tip of the iceberg for the ways Arc Raiders will be instantly comprehensible for those who play Battle Royale, tree-punching survival games, or Extraction.
So you're saying immediately everyone will understand it. To a certain extent, I agree. The gameplay loop, going in, finding stuff, getting out, I completely understand. You'll be able to understand it. The intricacies of what you need, how to do things, where the thing that I found throughout the Server Slam that I learned the most is the map, because I could only play one map. I know that map extremely well. I know where wires are. I know where I can find batteries. I know where I can find a supply drop. It's awesome.
There's very little that feels truly original, but the components bolted together from other successful live service games click predictably and produce a satisfying result.
Okay, so he's not saying the game's bad. He says it's
the goal
satisfying.
Each round is simple. Go to the surface and then get back underground alive with better loot than you started with. Two forces stand in the way of that goal. The first are the Ark, AI-controlled battle robots that wander the map searching for any sign of organic life. The Ark are no trifling threat. Even the smallest bots can prove surprisingly dangerous, especially in groups.
Why are you fighting it with a...
The little spider-like scurriers are downright upsetting for an arachnophobe like me, and the large crawlers do not mess around. Ark wander the map...
Okay, so the one thing that happened in the server slam is they made the Ark either more aggressive or more difficult. I'm not sure which one. It could also be both. And the first game I played, I'm like, holy crap. And then you run into one of these guys. Whew.
For the sounds of search or battle and swarm any humans they find. The Ark are especially dangerous in numbers, and there are plenty of subtle little traps set where clusters of different Ark with complementary abilities are placed near one another, sometimes hidden in indoor areas where one can literally trip into them. I met my fate more than once when I got overconfident around Ark. One crawling monstrosity literally spun to the air with its legs like some kind of cyclops spider helicopter. Take down an Ark, though, and the rewards can be worth your trouble.
So that spider thing, if you shoot it across the map, it'll come for you, and it will launch itself across. It's wicked.
They generally contain ammo and weapon components. The second and more deadly threat are your fellow raiders. If you choose to play Ark Raiders, you best enjoy watching your back, because to quote Casablanca,
"This place is full of vultures, vultures everywhere."
It's often more...
So the one thing that I'm not sure about in Ark, and I'm curious what you guys think about this, I don't like spawning in not at the beginning of a raid. Specifically, this happens a lot when I play solos, more so than when I play with a group. But coming in at 19 minutes into, like, so the raid's 30 minutes long, coming in at 19 minutes, one, things are already looted, two, people are already dispersed, and I don't know, it feels weird to me. I don't love that.
Efficient to fall upon a fully loaded player who isn't paying attention than to risk a half hour of bracing open doors in a nearby warehouse, or to lurk near an extraction point and cut somebody down when they're about to escape.
Well, I mean, when you're standing out in the middle of nowhere,
is likely looking to do the same to you. Combat is competent enough to be satisfying. Your third-person avatar moves and controls like most other third-person avatars in modern shooters.
I think it controls a lot better.
Irregularities or surprises in the controls. Bullets mostly go where you want them to, depending on the capabilities of your chosen weapon, and melee attack power is substantial. Firearms feel right, SMGs are springy and difficult to control, assault rifles steady and heavy, sniper rifles punch like artillery. Playing in teams of three
you're
adds
shooting the spider
to the battle, as you and your companions can search and cover for each other much more systematically than is possible with a single raider. Firefights between teams develop a sense of strategy, as coordinating squads deploy flanking tactics and ambushes against groups of foes. Whether calling out directions, overhearing sounds, or covering all windows in a room, your three-person squad will find plenty of tension waiting in most buildings. Cleverly designed maps draw the characters in. The most lucrative resource hubs are...
So he hasn't said anything bad about it, so why is it titled the way that it is?
Are clearly marked, and players flock to the richest areas looking for food, or hover between the treasures and the extraction areas, waiting to dispossess the luckiest foragers of their well-won games. The environments are passable, with the usual collection of rusty warehouses, abandoned apartment buildings, and overgrown vacant lots you'll find in a lot of post-apocalyptic shooters.
I think the environments might be the best thing about this game. I don't know what they did with the environmental design, and yes, I think this guy is playing on a potato. So I read this comment. It says, powered by a potato, played by a potato, presented by a potato. I thought that was about the person making this. Even when I played the playtest, this is not what the game... I think you're playing on like a 1992 laptop, and I know that didn't exist, but like,
everything is serviceable, but it all kind of feels like they gave Fortnite a code as DayZ grime and moved on.
Say that again?
DayZ grime, but it all kind of feels like they gave Fortnite a code as DayZ grime and moved on. It's a boring enough...
Gave Fortnite a coat of... Okay, if you've played this game, you know how beautiful this game is. 1 second. Let me let this play. I'm going to pull something up.
World, it certainly took me out of any chance of getting into the lore, but I don't really think lore is the big draw here anyway. Ark Raider...
The lore is sick, and they're adding a codex, and I've seen a bunch of people on my video, and it's picking up views every single day. People wanting to see more and more of the lore, so I think you're on one about that
versus
too.
Meatloaf without much plate presentation. But the meatloaf is tasty. If a little...
There's no... Okay, So there's meatloaf. So in other words, the bulk of the game is good, yet you said it doesn't look very good. Like the presentation isn't very good. Dude, okay. I'm trying to find, someone tweeted out just a bunch of scenery shots of Ark the other day, and I was just going to share them, but I'm having trouble finding them. I'll see if I can find them. Oh, like just this. This isn't even what I was talking about. This is Lukey or Lucky or however you say his name. Just like, look at these images. Just, you're saying this looks like Fortnite? What are you on about?
Cold. Every drawer and cabinet is a potential source of wealth. Crafting components, ammunition, shields, healing items, and weapons. Ammunition is properly segmented enough to keep you hungry as you scavenge and construct guns. Light, medium, heavy, and shotgun ammo variants are available early to locate in the overworld, craft in your lair, or purchase underground. Materials have the usual predictable levels of rarity.
So the crafting system is something that I still have to learn, and it's very important. Knowing what items are made of and what you need to craft the things that you need is something that'll take time, but very, very important in this game.
Corresponding to color, with certain colors granting you the ability to develop more useful or rare items. A single special pocket in your inventory allows you to keep one discovered item safe, even on the event of your death.
That's only if you're rocking a backpack.
So that you can haul your rarest finds home, even when you die. Some containers take time to open and generate quite a bit of noise when manipulated, which is a delightful tension-raising mechanic that I really appreciated. Opening one.
So even though he's playing on a potato, this is the opening segment of the game right here. And this view, which by the way, there are night raids in this that look like this, mixed with the sound.
One of these was especially harrowing when playing solo. You can really feel the vulnerability with your camera locked forward, not knowing what passing robot or player might discover you as you make an ugly racket jimmying a door. You spend your time between rounds underground, where you convert your ill-gotten gains to an ever-escalating series of crafting tables, allowing for the creation of ever more elaborate gear. You can also choose to straight liquidate materials and finds for cash, and purchase fully crafted items at in-game stores. There's also some part of crafting that involves a live rooster. I never figured that.
Is he downing on? You don't down on Scrappy. You down on Scrappy? No wonder everyone's mad at you.
As you explore the world above, you gain experience, which opens up across a series of skill trees. Selecting various branches can help you optimize your avatar to your playstyle, increasing combat ability, mobility, or stealth. The different abilities are clearly labeled, and most are useful enough that every step feels like real progress. Character design with default options is pretty rough, but a number of better textures and outfits open up when you apply premium currency. I deliberately made my guy look as bleak and sad as possible using only default options, but my multiplayer partner had the Souls Easy top man with no name vibe going on, and I was envious. Ark Raiders previews pretty well, perhaps because its design conservatism makes it so instantly familiar.
So that's the part I don't. Saying that this game is conservative is wild.
There's nothing here to challenge what came before, but sometimes that's okay. Overall, the Ark Raiders loop seems pretty well tuned to satisfy.
I mean, I could maybe agree with that. Like, it doesn't challenge what other extraction shooters have done before, but it perfects a lot of things. Like even the extracting, when you go down and you can crawl in, and like just the attention to detail. And I think that's one thing that this year that I'm learning more and more. Like the attention to detail in this game. Battlefield 6 isn't a big game. Like it has 9 maps, really 8 maps at launch. But the attention to detail on those maps and on those weapons and the attachments and the gear makes it feel like a much bigger game than it is. And this game is huge. This game has 5 maps at launch that are huge. They're adding more than the amount of crafting and everything like that. Like, and also I think it's $40.
The surface to loot and kill, bring your goods and experience back underground to improve your abilities, head back up stronger to find stronger gear, and repeat. There are worse ways to spend an afternoon. For more previews of the biggest upcoming games, don't miss our latest hands-on looks at Dune Awakening.
Yeah, so I think that this do I still have it open? Do you see how Escape from Duckov has become the number 2 game right now? I think that it's because right now it's the closest thing people can get to Ark Raiders. I could be wrong. but I truly believe that. I think people are wanting an extraction shooter, but they're wanting one that's done right, that has the attention to detail, where it feels atmospheric, where it feels like you're playing in a world that has a story to tell. And I can't wait to figure out what that story is. And I think as we go, more and more people are asking me to do the lore on that game, and I'm going to, even though it didn't get the most views on day one. I think over time people will tend to go more and more to this. The other thing, Arc Raiders is not just on PC. It's on other consoles. And I think it's really amazing that they're doing that right now. They're doing a lot. Bark is doing a lot of right things. I can't wait for this game to come out. How many days do we have? 9 days. 9 days.